Hello, and welcome to the Reading Umbrella. Today's video will focus on syllables, another skill under phonological awareness. Simply put, syllables refer to the number of chunks a word can be broken up into when you say it. Each chunk should have one vowel sound. A simple way of demonstrating this to young students is to have them hold a mirror in front of their mouth and say their name. Each time they see their mouth open, that's one chunk of their name. So for instance, if I had to say my name, I would say Naz Neem. My mouth opened twice, so that's two chunks or two syllables in my name. So let's see some exciting ways in which you can teach this. One of the easiest ways to teach the concept of syllables is by clapping. And the best place to start is by using the student's own name. So the student claps out the syllables or the chunks in their name. For instance, if I had to say my name, it would go like this. Naz Neen. Two claps means two chunks or two syllables in my name. Once students have practiced their name, they can then practice other names that they are familiar with, like the names of their parents, friends, grandparents, or pets. If you remember the activities I showed you in my first video under phonological awareness, the concept of the spoken word, you can use any of those activities to teach the concept of syllables as well. If you're a parent watching this, syllables is an activity that you can do while you're on the go. So for instance, at the dinner table, I see potatoes. So I go pa-te-close. 3 syllables in that. Similarly, you could also do this while you were driving for objects that you see along the way, like bicycle, 3 pounds. This next one I called Guess the Word. In this, you can begin by reading a book which has a certain category. So for instance, a book on animals or fruits or vegetables or modes of transport, any book at all. And after you have read the book, you play a guessing game with the students. So for instance, if this is the book I'm using, Dear Zoo, this is how I would play the game after I have read the book to them. I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. They sent me an elephant. Can you guess the word? And the student says elephant. Alternatively, you can say elephant and the student will go elephant. And like this you proceed for every animal in the book. This next one is called Pick a Card. So you can prepare some index cards with numbers on them depending on what level the student is at. So I have 4 index cards for words that have up to 4 syllables. Once again, you could do this activity after reading a book, any kind of book, or you could just have a pre-prepared list of words. So for instance, if this is the book I have read with my student, I would then pick up some words from this book and say them out to the student. The student has to listen to the word and pick up the index card that corresponds the number of syllables in that word. So for instance, if I give the word tooth, the student picks up the index card 1 because there was 1 syllable in the word tooth. This next one is a syllable sorting game. So you have a sheet of paper with columns. You could have 1, 2, 3 or 4, once again, depending on the kind of words you're working with. After that, you show some pictures to the student. This is a basket. It has 2 syllables. So they will paste this picture under the column that says 2. This next one is called What's Left? And this is how I would play this game. You say a 2-syllable word like hair, cut. I take away hair. What's left? And the child says cut. Once again, if you're a parent watching this, you could do this activity on the go. For instance, while you're at the grocery store. This last one is called an object sort. So you can use the same index cards that you used for the previous activity and use them to label some boxes. After that, you collect some items that you see lying around either your house or your classroom and you present that bag of objects to the student. The student then picks up each object, sees how many syllables are there in that particular object and puts it in the correct box. Teaching about syllables helps students later on while they are decoding and spelling words. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again with my next video under phonological awareness on working with phonemes.